The Champions League is reaching its business end, and not for the first time in recent years, there are a lot of familiar names through to the latter stages. At times, it can feel as though it's simply a toss-up between 4 or 5 clubs, with a few sides passing the trophy around between themselves. But as everyone knows, you can never say never in football, and that's why we love it so much and keep coming back to it time after time. Any of the following 6 clubs proved it by shocking the world on one of the biggest stages of all. PORTO 2003-2004. Where else can you begin? PORTO were by far the least fancy team to win the Champions League in 2004. And masterminded by Jose Mourinho, the image of the special one sprinting down the Old Trafford touchline after a 90th minute Costinha goal, taking PORTO into the quarterfinals, remains an iconic image still to this day. The draw opened up for the Dragons after success against United, as PORTO dispatched Lyon and Deportivo La Coruña before beating Monaco in the final. With a team packed full of players like Deco, Ricardo Carvalho, Maniche and Paulo Ferreira, who'd all go on to have great careers in the game, and with a young Mourinho at the helm, it's no wonder they went so far. But winning it, nobody expected that. Deportivo La Coruña, 2003-2004. A good year for cult teams was 2003-2004. They may have lost to eventual winners PORTO, but Deportivo La Coruña had a superb run to the semi-finals all the same. Depor became a regular fixture in continental competition during the early to mid-noughties and had already beaten Manchester United, Arsenal, Bayern Munich and others in recent seasons. But it was their match against AC Milan in the quarters of 2003-2004 which lives longest in the memory. After seeing off Juventus in the round of 16, Depor were turned over 4-1 in the first leg at the San Siro, but sent the reigning champions out with a stunning 4-0 win at the Riazor. Birmingham City and Newcastle flops Walter Pandiani and Albert Luque both scored on the night to put Pirlo, Kaká, Cafu, Nesta, Maldini and others on their asses. It was the first time a 3-goal first-leg deficit had been overturned in Champions League history, and a beautiful case of the stars aligning just perfectly. Liverpool 2004-2005. An incredible comeback on the biggest stage of all, Istanbul 2005 is a night none of us will ever forget. With a squad Ramo with pretty ordinary players, Liverpool came 5th in the Premier League, but battled through in Europe, only making it through the group stage with that Steven Gerrard goal against Olympiacos. A heroic effort against Juve followed, before Luis Garcia's ghost goal against Chelsea sealed their spot in the final. We all know what happened next. From 3-0 down at half-time, an otherworldly 6-minute spell saw them draw level before Jerzy Dudek's Grobler-esque heroics in the shootout brought the trophy back to Merseyside for the 5th time. We may never see anything like it ever again. Bayer Leverkusen 2001-2002. A real tearjerker now. Imagine being on the brink of a potential treble and coming away with nothing. That's what happened to Bayer Leverkusen, who were enjoying the season of their lives, in control of the Bundesliga, in the German Cup final, and on a run deep into the Champions League. Having beaten Liverpool in the quarterfinals, they then denied Sir Alex Ferguson a European final in Glasgow by seeing off Manchester United as well. A great team with Michael Ballack, Karsten Ramelow, Yildiray Bastürk, Luthio, Oliver Neuville and a young Dimitar Berbatov took to the field at Hampden Park for the final against Real Madrid. But we all know what happened next. One magical swish of Zinedine Zidane's left peg later, and Bayer ended an incredible season empty-handed. MONACO 2006-2017. Oh, you can still picture them now, can't you? Falcao, Kylian Mbappe, Benjamin Mendy, Fabinho, Jean Moutinho, Bernardo Silva and all the lads in those lovely red and white quarters. Topping a group featuring Spurs, Monaco went on to see off Pep Guardiola's much-fancied Manchester City in the round of 16 despite losing the first leg 5-3. Yep, there were always goals about at both ends when this lot were playing, and that's why they captured the imagination for so many of us. When Mbappe danced through Dortmund like a young Michael Owen to put them to the sword in the quarterfinals, chief execs of elite clubs all across the continent began licking their lips. Yes, they went on to lose to Juve in the semis. Yes, the whole bloody team got broken up immediately, but for those glorious few months, Monaco were one of the most exhilarating teams to watch in the world. Oh, and they won Ligue 1 against a moneyed PSG. Not bad. DYNAMO KIEV 1998-99. Okay, it's not the first thing that springs to mind when you think of 1999 Champions League. That night in Barcelona, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, you know the drill. But believe it or not, it was nearly the Ukrainians lining up to face United at the Camp Nou rather than Bayern Munich. Barry Town in the first qualifying round, demolished 10-2 on aggregate. Arsenal in your group? No worries, they came top anyway. Reigning champions Real Madrid in the quarterfinals? Join Barry Town on the scrap heap, lads. that demolished an alien Barcelona 3-0 and 4-0 in the group stages the previous season, but it wasn't on the same level as this. A lethal strike partnership of Andriy Shevchenko and Sergei Rebrov saw them through to the semi-finals, where they were only narrowly beaten by the boys from Bavaria. So that was Copenhagen's teams who shocked the Champions League. In your opinion, how do they compare with some of the great European Cup upsets of old? And who do you think could be the next team to cause a massive upset and shock the competition? Could Sevilla shock Bayern? Could Liverpool go on another miraculous run? Let us know in the comments section below. And of course, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Copper 90.